Description of Black Corner. A red light in the darkness on a suspension bridge across a breathtakingly black stretch of water. Next to the bombed-out cement works, a section of which jut into the grey sky with a useless window opening still in it. And next to the railway repair shop, which is also bombed, but his bomb fell right next to it, in the middle of the road, blowing away all the cobbles. And it's there beyond the embankment by the repair shop where the coal is piled up that we must take our reader as Hendrik Conscience, our Flemish Dickens, would say. But he wouldn't like what he'd find there, because he'd soon run into the coal thieves. That coal thief won. Gateway Henrietta, who, as her name indicates, lives in a gateway. You open the gate and you're in the kitchen. Which is odd enough in itself, but you certainly won't find any coal there. It's always gone the same night she steals it. She's pregnant, of course, and in that state crawls up the embankment. And on the other side fills a bag, scrabbling around in the pile with her hands. And then gives the full bag a kick so it rolls back down against the fence below, where her lover, her husband's Germany, takes care of it. Coal Thief 2. A skinny guy with a cap that's far too big for him pulled down over the darting eyes in his spotty face. And with elbows and knees pushing their way through pant legs and jacket sleeves, and who uses different and more dangerous tactics. He jumps onto moving trains, taking the curve under cover of darkness, and loosens their sliding doors a little, not too much. Because it's anthracite in there, and the whole car would empty out. From there on, it's the same system as Gateway Henrietta's. Coal Thief 3, leader of a gang, each man with a bag and a bike, who all hide behind the ruined walls of the cement works. And he looks round the corner left, and he looks around the corner right. And then he says, "Come on the corner right." And then he says, "Come on." And the gang descends onto a passing coal truck, each with their own sack and their own bike, after which they go to a cafe that half burned down in the 1914-1918 war, and the rest of which was bombed in this one, but where 2 hours after every storm, everyone's back serving beer again. There it stands with cracked walls and tar paper windows, and a door made of jagged planks. And then there are the folks from the barracks that aren't bar racks, but actually the Albert I emergency housing from the last war. A woman with a dirty shopping bag that she took to buy fish with that morning. A woman with a bucket. And a woman with a child on her arm. And then there are women sitting in the ruins of the cement works and biding their time and chatting about the war. And sometimes calling out to their kids who are playing among the ruins and likely to fall and cut their heads open. "Maria, for Christ's sake, stay here where I can see you." And then there are the so-called railway workers who buy old caps from a fireman or an engineer and enter the repair shop through the door in the blank wall, marked staff only, and fill their bags and leave again, jeered at by the women who've been sitting there for hours. What are they waiting for? They're waiting for the guard, who sometimes for a mark or a flash bare knee will gesture with his head. "Go on then." And then he stands with his back to the coal as though he's looking high up over there at the gap in the ruined wall. And last of all, there's Floor, who comes pulling a handcart, himself between the shafts like a worn-out horse, his wife pushing on the left and his sister pushing on the right, going as far as the embankment where they all station themselves next to each other and wait Floor distributes the wrapping. Paper since, of course. They're all deeply fascinated by that stretch of water and that bridge and that red light. until at a certain hour the night train goes past. And the engineer kicks down a pile of briquettes, half of which he'll reclaim the following morning at Floor's place. These are just a few small-time coal thieves. There's no need for us to talk about the big-time thieves, since everybody knows them.